What is up, traders? I hope you are all having a wonderful day. In this video, I am going to be helping you if your ICT setups just don't seem to work out. I will be giving you the reason for it so you can look back at your previous trades and actually see if this might have actually been the issue. And I will also provide you with a solution which will for sure increase your win rate drastically. So make sure to stick around till the end to actually get the full value of the video. This is truly a video that you do not want to miss. A lot of people are actually charging money for this, and I am giving it to you for completely free. So what we see on screen right here is probably something you're going to be really familiar with. This is the ICT 2022 mentorship core model. And as we can see, we first have that sweep of liquidity, followed by a market structure shift with a really big displacement leg down. We tap into the fair value gap where we actually place our entry, and we then hope for us to go back down to that sell side liquidity. And overall, this model is by itself quite strong, right? Because we have all the elements that we basically need. We have the liquidation part and we have the rebalancing part. So we have to know that the market is always doing either one of these two things. So first, we are going to go to liquidate. And secondly, we are going to rebalance. And if we take a look at this entry model, which is amazing, by the way, we will see that we are doing these two things. For number one, liquidate, we actually liquidate a high right here. And for rebalance, that's actually where we enter off of. And the market structure shift part and the displacement part is actually part of market structure, which I will get to in just a second. But we need to know that if you are just going to take this to the 1 minute chart and start trading it everywhere you see it, you are not going to be profitable. This is not what ICT meant to actually bring over to you guys, but this seems to be what a lot of you are actually catching from this. And I do know that there are a lot of online gurus out there who claim that they are going to make you rich and get you Lamborghinis by just following this ICT setup model. But trust me, those are 100% false claims. Let me actually give you a reason that will actually make a lot of sense to you as to why this would not always be working out. And I'm sure you've taken trades like this and you have fallen trapped to this. So let me actually make this a little smaller, this model. Okay, so let's think for a second. We have really picture perfect, clean, bullish market structure, as we can see. And let's say that this is on the 15-minute chart. So as you can see, we are making higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, and so forth, right? So we have a really clean bullish trend. Now, let's say we have a look at this bit of the price leg and also take into consideration this low right here. So let's draw something out. We are on the 1 minute now. So above is the 15-minute. Let me actually add that right here. This is going to be our 15-minute chart. And right now we're actually going to be moving to the 1 minute chart because we want to catch a trade with the core model. And let's say we do something like this. So we are going to take this piece into account, right? We are moving up and then we actually notice we violate a high, push on down, and have something like this. So if we actually go ahead and analyze this, what do we see? We have a sweep of liquidity here. This is basically the model setting up, right? We sweep liquidity. We then notice that we have a market structure shift with a bunch of displacement. And what are we waiting for now? We are waiting for price to retrace to that fair value gap, which we do. So what do we all do? We place a short order here. We cover that high. And what do we target? As we can see, that low-hanging fruit that ICT is always talking about is only going to give us 1.6 R. We are ICT traders. We want to catch the most possible R here. So what are we looking to? Where is the nearest pool of liquidity? Which is going to be the dot right here that I highlighted. So let's say the sell side liquidity that we are targeting is going to be resting right here. This is our sell side liquidity. So what do we say? Okay, I'm going to target that. But as we can see right here, if we are in a bullish market and we are targeting this low, it's not really likely that we are going to go there. Okay, we do know that the market goes for liquidity, but if it would go for every single low directly, the market would look stupid, right? The market would look something like this. So we make a high, we make a low, we then take that high, we then take that low, then take that high and that low, and so on and so forth. It would just not make sense. The market would look ridiculously stupid. And if you are aiming for this low to actually be taken out, you are basically hoping for the market to do something like that. So this overall is just not going to work out. It would be a lot more logical for you to actually take trades in a bullish direction. And that's just the market structure example, right? There are a lot more simple things to implement because I do know that market structure is not picture perfect like this here, right? If we take a look at the current price action, this is GJ actually. We do see that here we were bullish, extremely bullish, and now we are shifting to bearish. And for a trained eye, it might be pretty simple to see where the market structure actually shifted, which is right here. But for beginners, and which a lot of the ICT traders are, who don't have their own style just yet, it might be difficult to actually spot that. So I'm going to give you something, a confluence is actually really simple to see, that everyone can basically see, and that you can take trades off of. Let's give you an example. Let's say that right now, this is going to be a Tuesday. And we are going to be trading on a Wednesday. So what's happening on Tuesday? On Tuesday, it seems like something like this. And then between Wednesday and Tuesday, we are ranging a little bit for us to then actually take out Tuesday's high. And this is where we are in price action right now. So what we can see is that on Tuesday, we had relative equal highs. What can we also see is that this was the high of Tuesday. And what do we see now on Wednesday? Well, we actually take out that high that we left on Tuesday. So what does this become? This becomes a sweep of liquidity on the higher time frame. This is going to be visible on the 15-minute. This is going to be visible on the 4-hour. And you're even going to be able to see this on the daily candle, of course. So this is a really strong point of liquidity. Now, as soon as we take that out, what do we know? Again, just to go back to the basics, price is going to either liquidate or rebalance. So what do we look for? We just liquidated the top side. So what do we look for now? We actually look for liquidity that's resting on the sell side, right? Which is going to be, if we take a look right here, these relative equal lows. We have even more relative equal lows right here. So as we can see, we have sell side liquidity, which is going to be a bit more external for us to actually target with a trade, or we can actually go for the sell side liquidity that's a little bit more internal. And these are two very viable targets. So now we actually go look for an entry model. Let's actually say that till here we were looking at the 15-minute chart, and now we are switching to the 1-minute chart. We notice that we have a big displacement leg down. We actually violate that previous market structure. And right now, what do we see? So first we had the big sweep. Then we have our model setting up with a small sweep right here, basically trapping people long. Right here, we have a market structure shift. And right now, we notice that price is reacting off of a fair value gap. So our entry would have been that fair value gap. We would have covered the high. And as for our target, we could actually go with a really big target because we know that we just took out the buy side liquidity. So the next logical target would be the sell side. So what are we going to do? We're going to aim for that external sell side liquidity. And what we will notice, price is going to go down, and perhaps here was some imbalance resting. Price will likely have some sort of reaction to that, build up some liquidity, take out that liquidity, and then actually take us to our target. This is something that if you go back in the charts, you will see playing out time and time and time. So right here, I actually gave you a really, really strong model that you can use on daily basis. And of course, you need to implement risk management here, right? But that's something that I'll leave to you. So you can actually implement risk management by taking partials, by moving your stop, for example, to break even and so much and so forth. Now, this is only a small crumb of the bunch of confluences that you can actually use, right? You can actually trade every single day. And that is actually something that I am teaching in my course right now. I actually run a program that I call the Elite Membership. And what I basically do is I took all the concepts from ICT that he's basically teaching in his ICT 22 membership. And I'm teaching those in a really simplified and faster manner. So it could be that you have to go through the videos a couple of times, but overall it's going to be a much easier experience. I am really straight to the point. I'm really honest about your expectations and managing them. It also comes with complete support, and all of this, so the full course, the full support, and I think the course is over 30 lessons by now, is only going to cost you $60, right? This is of course a limited offer, and we have limited spots because I cannot provide support for 100,000 of members. So we have limited spots. If you're interested in something like this, the link will be in the description. I would also like to mention that we have a completely free Discord server where you can join. We have a lot of like-minded traders. You can find a lot of value there. So I am encouraging you to also check that out. It will also be in the description. And I hope you actually got some value out of this video, because it's really important that you do not just bluntly take these ICT setups anywhere, that you actually build a model and a story behind it and build a complete strategy that you can trade and build an edge with. Now, if you found value in this video, I would really appreciate it if you just show some love in the comment section. Leave me a like, even a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, I would love to catch you in the next one. Guys, I wish you a really nice rest of your day. Take care.